Hello again there folks, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Lone Adventurer and today I'm going to be playing through Korg, which is a game from Dungeon Havoc. And I believe Dungeon Havoc developed a super simple and even more simple, and as you will see, this game is very simple. In the past developed a super simple game that was simply called Korg, which was based on the Morkborg. Am I right about that? I think it was based on the Morkborg rule set. Like this game, it was played with 1d6. It plays potentially in a matter of minutes. Both Korg and Korg are super simple. I think Korg is a little bit expanded on the basic Korg rule set. Korg came on a couple of cards, I think, like business size cards. And in this game, Caleb, who is the designer at Dungeon Havoc, has expanded that into a booklet. So before we get started, if you enjoy this video, do consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. It helps if you can do that, and comment below to let me know whether you like the look of this game and what you like about it or what you don't like about it. But mainly what you like about it. I like to keep things positive. Alright, so I backed this on Kickstarter, so I've got a little thank you note from Caleb here. It's always nice when that is included by these small designers. So I'll just very quickly show you quite how small and straightforward this game is. And also you can see just how pleasingly funky the design is. It's definitely got a bit of a Morkborg type vibe to it in the sort of crazy design effort. So we've got one page of rules. We've got one page of tables that allow you to set up an adventure, a quest, as it were. Then we've got some locations, and we've got 1, 2, 3 spreads of locations, and then that's it. That's the game. So it's a super simple one to get into. It's the sort of game that you can play in 10 minutes or so, if that's all the time that you've got. If your brain is frazzled and you don't want to do anything too complicated, it might be that Korg is the kind of game that would be what you're looking for. I think that's probably the sort of space that Korg is intended to fill. So it is a game set in a cyberpunk universe, like along the lines of Cyborg, which is the cyberpunk version of Morkborg. You are playing a sort of a down and out, a lower caste sort of individual in this futuristic, this grotty, punky, futuristic world. And it says here, you're just another punk stuck performing dangerous gigs to make rent. Maybe one day you can buy one of those 100-credit flats to escape your landlord's tyranny. You begin with 20 HP max. You die if it's reduced to 0. You have a rifle, an endless supply of economy ammo, and 10 credits to your name. While outside a gig location, you can shop at the dealer and rest. So you go on gigs. You have to fight stuff, complete some kind of task. If you complete some kind of that task, you get some credits. Before you go on the next gig, you can rest and do some shopping, and that's kind of the game. So it's a very pared down game in terms of the mechanics, but another one that you can get into quite quickly. So in a sense, it's similar, and this is almost a companion piece really to Korg, which is another game based upon the Morkborg rule set. It's another simplified version. It's another super thin, super straightforward zine. There's probably a little bit more substance actually to Korg, but it's another one that you can just basically pick up and play straight away. If you haven't seen my playthrough of Korg, I'll put a link up in the corner of the screen right about now. But otherwise, I think we should start having a little go at Korg. So we begin at 20 HP, and you begin with, was it 10 credits? And so the aim of the game is to get up to 100 credits. And if you get up to 100 credits, you can afford to buy your own flat. And you have thusly escaped the tyranny of your landlord, who is also the person who sends you on gigs. So you're sort of like an indentured servant almost. They pay for your rent, but you have to go out on these dangerous jobs. Right, and we've got our rifle. Maybe we should we write rifle here? Might as well. So we've got our rifle and our ammo. We can skip the rules for now, and we can set up our first gig. So we've got a little gig area on the sheet here. The other side of the sheet has room for 2 more gigs, but I guess you don't really need the sheet. It's just it looks kind of nice, I think. You can just jot this down on a piece of paper, but the sheet is available on the Dungeon Havoc website, along with a couple of additional tables, some of which we'll be using in a second. So we need to set up our gig. So we're going to roll a d6. 2 gives us clep. Acquire loot from the vault, escape, and give it to the client. So we're going to find out what our location is. We're aiming for the vault. That's this symbol here. So we're going to be aiming for that symbol on the map. Not that one, not that one. What location are we going to? 6 is the street market. And we need to check to see what item we are trying to get. The BFG. So a big gun. Sure you can work out what the middle letter stands for. We're going in to get the BFG in order to deliver it to our fixer, in order to gain the reward that we will hopefully get for doing the gig. So we won't get to keep the item, but all of these items do have a special ability. So my assumption is that once you've acquired the item from the vault, you can use it as you make your way out of the location. So it might be that you get to use the item a couple of times and find some use for it that way. That's what I'm going to be doing anyway. Your fixer will not give you a new gig until you complete the one you're on, unless you pay them 10 credits for the hassle. Your fixer pays your rent and gives you a D6 bonus for each gig you complete. So you don't get many credits, but I think you can get credits in other ways as well. So that's pretty much it. We're aiming for the vault to get the BFG in the street market, and we need to crack on and do that. So we're going to turn to the street market location. So we've got a map here. Where do you start? I guess, oh yeah, I guess this is the A. Yeah, A, that's why it's a different colour. So A is the first location. Yeah, so every time we go into a lettered location, we will roll on the threat table, which is D6, like every table in this game, because you only have one D6 to play. If we go into one of the other locations, we can roll on those tables. So we have got the trap in that room, an NPC in that room, a greater threat in that room, and that's the vault. So I suppose if we weren't doing a CLEP mission and we weren't aiming for the vault anyway, you could possibly pop in there and get an item for yourself, I suppose. But since we're not doing that, we're aiming for the vault specifically to get an item for this mission. I guess we don't roll on the table. We already know what item we are going for. Or maybe we shouldn't have rolled for the item. Maybe we just find out when we get in there what the item is. What's the big item in the vault? That's the item that you're going to get. But we've done it now. We've rolled, we found out what item we are aiming for. So we're in location A. And I guess we have to immediately roll to see if there is a threat there. 1. Pickpocket. If damaged by pickpocket, you lose 6 credits. Now that would be mega annoying. But the pickpocket does 0 damage. I guess we get 2 credits if we defeat the pickpocket. So fighting rules, we can try and flee if we want. We have to roll greater than X on D6 to defeat the foe and get the credits. Else we take damage and try again. once the threat is defeated, the space is cleared. Right, so we're in space A. We've encountered a pickpocket. And we need to try and defeat the pickpocket. Now, I've just remembered that there are some additional tables that you can get on the website, and I wanted to use a couple of these to add a little bit of flavour, so I think we're going to do that now. Imagine we haven't entered the location yet. Right, so we've got a table here for the apartment that we've got. I think it's only really sort of flavour, but let's just roll on that. 2 means we've got a unit. This room is 1 of 1,000 in a mega building. It never gets quiet. And why do we hate our landlord? 1, they refuse to deal with mould. Max HP is 18 as long as you're under your landlord's thumb. Well, that will teach me, won't it? Unit has a mould problem. Okay, so my max HP is not 20. Max HP is 18. And we've also got a couple of tables here about our fixer. Oh, I thought our fixer was the same as our landlord. Oh no, the fixer pays the rent, I see. So different person, but they pay the rent for me. Okay, so a fixer can have a sphere of influence. So you get to find out about the gig before you start it. I don't think I'm going to do that. But the fixer can also have a connection. Our fixer's got a corporate connection, which means we get a 2d6 bonus instead of a d6 bonus after a successful gig. That's cool. Alright, so just a little bit of extra flavour there based on those additional tables that we've got. Let's get back into it. We were fighting a pickpocket, and we've just got to roll more than that number on a d6. And if he damages me, you lose d6 credits. I'm going to assume that's just the once, not every time you're damaged. How many health does he have? Does he have any health? That's how much damage he does. Yeah, I think it's just one hit and done. So if we hit him successfully, then we're done. Oh, does he take 6 credits every time then? I've got a feeling he does, because otherwise, what's the point? He does no damage to me, so what would be the point in doing multiple rolls? Okay, so I've got to roll a 5 or a 6 to defeat him. 1. Oh. So that means I'm down to 4 credits. Let's try again. 2. That means I'm down to 0 credits. Not a fantastic start. Well, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Because he's doing no damage. So this is just really an examination in how insane it is that I can't roll a 5 or a 6. There we go, 6. Okay. So we defeat the pickpocket. This location is clear. Not sure why we've got a damage symbol section. Is that just to track how much damage we take? What would be the point in that? Oh, that's just, I guess, to track how much damage you receive each time you're hit. So I can just copy this number over. So that's getting me, so that was 0 damage there. And it's getting me 2 credits. So at least I'm back up to 2 credits. So now we can go through here into this location, B. Or we could go into here, which is a trap. Now, why would you go through a trap? I don't really know. I suppose if you were going for the NPC, it would be quicker. Or at least it's a quicker route out. Yeah, I'm not really sure why you would go into a room with a trap, since you know it's a trap. We'll go through into location B. 2. So location B has got a Gangoon. He's a bit easier. I've got to roll more than a 2 to defeat him. But he does do 3 damage, and we would only get 1 credit from him. So let's do it. Really? 2? So you got to roll more than a 2. So that means, man, that means I lose 3 health. And it means I'm also poisoned. It says here, the Gangoon. If damaged by Gangoon, you are poisoned. So now I'm poisoned, which gives me -1 to fight. God damn. So now I guess I've got to roll more than a 3, really, effectively. 6. Okay. Alright, so he is defeated, and we get 1 credit. Right, so we're trying to get over here. Let's go into... I guess we'll just take the shortest route. So we'll go into G. See what the threat is. 2, another Gangoon. Here we go. Annoyingly, I was poisoned by the first one. Ah, so that means we've taken some damage. Take me down to 12. Okay, taking me down to 9. Come on, all I've got to do is roll a 4. 6. Okay. So the Gangoon is defeated. We gain 1 more credit. That was G. We're going to go over into D. Alright, see what the threat is. 6 is a merc. Oh man, this guy's going to kill me. So I've got to roll more than a 4, but because I'm poisoned, I've got to roll more than a 5? That's awful news. I think he's going to kill me. If merc is defeated, there's a 2 in 6 chance that they drop an ether shield. Not sure what an ether shield is. We'll find out if there's a miracle and we defeat him. Not sure what the B and the M stand for. What do the B and M stand for? And T? Ah, T is trap. B is biological threat. M is mechanical threat. And I just remembered I can also run away. But if we run away from this enemy here and we go into the vault, we have got to then come back out and successfully run away again. And to successfully run away, we have to roll a 3 on a d6. So I guess, do you know what, we might try that, because when we come out, we're going to have our BFG. So I'm going to try and run away. And obviously, I fail. Move to adjacent space, else take damage and try again. You cannot flee from traps. So we are taking 4 damage from the merc, taking me down to 5. I think I'm going to try and run away again. Okay. Taking me down to 1 health. Now I'm on 1 health. Do you know what? I think I'm going to try and kill this guy. So I've got to roll a 6 to kill him. Oh, in his face. Right in his face. So the merc is defeated. He was doing me 4 damage each time. I'm getting 7 credits for defeating him, which takes me up to 11 credits. So that's the first time I've got more credits than I started with. We're going to go into the vault. Here, we're going to get our BFG. And as I said, I'm going to play that I have the BFG and I can use it while I'm making my way out of this location with it. So the BFG gives us +1 to fight. We're going to go out the way we came in, same route. So I think we need to recheck each location to see if it's repopulated. So I roll a d6 when moving through spaces we've already cleared of threats. On a result of 3 or less, pretty likely, isn't it? The space is repopulated with a new threat from the location's threat table. So we're going to go back into D. If I roll a 3 or less, it's repopulated. 1. Okay, so which threat have we got here? 2, it's another Gangoon. So we're back in D. Another Gangoon, which potentially does 3 damage. Gets us 1 credit. So a Gangoon, we have to roll more than a 2. We have to roll more than a 3, but because we're poisoned. But we get a +1 because of our BFG. And 1 +1 is 2, so that is a fail, and the Gangoon has killed me. Alright, there you go. That was a brief playthrough of Cyborg. I think I'm going to do another one, because it would be nice to get through a location and then rest and shop and get ready for another one. Maybe do a couple of the locations in a video. So I'll do another playthrough, but there you go. With my luck, that was quite brief. Keep an eye out for another Cyborg video very soon, or maybe even at the same time as this one. There'll be a link at the end of this video to the next playthrough. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.